Well, here I am, 10 years later. I've been on YouTube for 10 years as Fugativeredeyes. Now that's quite an accomplishment. But how did it come to this, I hear you ask? And is this a Clockwork Orange reference, or a Conquer reference? That you also ask. Well, it's a long story, but shortly, it's both. But as for your other question, come closer and I'll tell you. It all started 10 years ago, in what I like to call Gen 1 Red Eye. But wait, Fugativeredeyes. Keep 'em long time before Gen 1 you had Gen 0 Red Eye. Let's look at that first. So to start out this, we will jump in to Gen 0 Red Eye with Fugativeredeyes Attempt at a Machinima, the Divine Legends.
Wait, go to my little friend, I can't.
Alert the leader now, get him out of here.
What? Where the heck is the leader? Let's see, I'm gonna sit here and think and stand still. Like this. Okay, I'm thinking. Oh, there he is. I gotta jump. Whoa, that's not him. That's just his ugly mother. Wait, I think I found him. You lucky SOB. You're lucky I can't go through there. You're lucky. I will smack you so hard that your mama won't even recognize you no more.
Hey Petey, what do you think about 10 years on YouTube? What you think of that? Huh? What you think? What you think? Yeah? So when I created this channel back in 2010, it was at a time when you had to actually name your channel something unique that no other channels had. So the name Fugativeredeyes actually came from Danny's gamertag at the time. And that's the reason it's spelled incorrectly, too. Because he actually originally was called Fugativeredeyes spelled correctly, but then he lost access to that account, and he had to make Fugativeredeyes with an A, and that's how this channel name came to be. Now, I got his permission to do that. He likes to joke and say I stole it, but he did give me permission, so... And it was our channel at the time, it wasn't just mine. Later on, it increasingly became just mine, because the other members of Team Red Eye became less and less active in the actual channel. But yeah, so as far as that goes, that's where the channel name comes from, right? Gen 0 was a year before we started the channel, and Gen 0 didn't last very long. It was just a couple of things we made on DVDs. So that Divine Legends thing that we just showed, that was recorded back in 2009 on a DVD. And then there was a couple other things we recorded. We recorded the entire campaign of Halo 1. If I can get that to upload, maybe I will, and I'll do a commentary on it. Since there's not really a whole lot going for it other than it's the campaign of Halo 1, and there's no commentary on it because it was Halo to movie. And then we did something called Project Halo 2, which was the sequel, but we called it a director's cut, and it used the footage from the test level, you know, instead of Outskirts. But as far as that goes, Gen 0 was very short-lived, and then Gen 1 started, which is what we're about to get into now. And in Gen 1, it was heavily based on skits, you know, like Tub of the Heart, which you'll see a little bit of here, and a bunch of other stuff like that, as well as it was all about me expressing my ideas about conspiracy theories, because at the time I was a hardcore conspiracy theorist. A good majority of my conspiracy theory videos no longer exist, but a couple are still up unlisted or privated. And I did do a video recently talking about them and showing some clips from them. But yeah, that's all really for that. Let's jump into Gen 1, shall we?
Hello, YouTube. It is I, Tubba, the Evil Heart, ruler of the Heart Gang. Now I will show you my origin video, the first time I appeared on the channel back in 2010. My origin story is quite funny, actually. What happened was, when Fugativeredeyes was young, he heard a friend talk about Paper Mario and Tubba Blubba, the boss, and how you had to fight his heart. So he took that and decided to make a character called Tubba Blubba, the Heart, based on the heart of Tubba Blubba from Paper Mario. And because of that, he had his grandma make me as a toy when he was young. And that's how this all started. So let's take a look at all of this and and how I began my quest to take over the world. Hello, YouTube. I am Tubba the Evil Heart, leader of the Heart Gang, and I will take over the world. I do not know the meaning of goodness. I will slaughter mankind. I am ultimate. I will kill you all. Fuck you. Greetings again, YouTube. As I said before, I plot to take over the world. I am Tubba Blubber, the evil heart, and I will slaughter all of mankind. Do you not fear me? Do you not fear me? I am a Heart Gang warrior. Blah. Look, I drink heavily. I kill people. Why do you not fear me? Get out of my background. I will kill you. I will kill you all. I am not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like...
Hey there, YouTube. It's me again, Fugitive. Ah! It's Tom of the Evil Heart! Ah! What about you, Kiki? What do you think? Stop biting. Stop it. Stop it. Is that what you think, huh? Is that what you think? You stop biting. Next up, we're going to take a look at Horror Fest, another key part of Part 1. It was a Halloween special, as we call it now. But originally, it was just called Horror Fest Episode 1. Now it's called Horror Fest, a crappy Halloween special. Even though it was recorded and uploaded in, like, April, it does take place on Halloween, and it's a fictional story about a serial killer on the loose, coming and hunting us down, right? And, it didn't end up the greatest. I had the top hat on in it, you know, the Jack Skellington top hat, and I did a little dance, you know, Happy Halloween there, city! And I said there, city, because I couldn't think of a city I wanted it to take place in, because I didn't want to say, you know, where we were or anything, and I also wanted it to be, you know, super fictionalized, but eventually, I say Central Park, so I guess it's New York or something, I don't fucking know, and it was just the backyard that we used for Central Park, so I don't know. But yeah, that's Horror Fest, one of the older videos, but let's take a look.
Happy Halloween there, city! This is Channel 777 Bobcat News. Our top story tonight. Famous killer Ralph Knuckles Antonio has escaped from prison. So everybody better be on the lookout for this motherfucker.
Next we'll be taking a look at Anunnaki War. Now Anunnaki War was a video that was recorded during Part 1 and recorded shortly after Horror Fest. But Anunnaki War was lost for a very long time, and we actually found it and recovered it just a year or two ago, maybe 3. It was just a couple years ago at the very least. I feel like it was last year or something, but regardless, it went up, and it was uploaded fairly recently, but it was originally recorded during Part 1, and it was a sketch about us going to war with reptilians, you know, the Anunnaki. So conspiracy theories were a big part of the channel during Gen 1, as I said before, and the Anunnaki War was our interpretation of that, a little fun role play of the war, if you will, with a little plastic orange shotgun. And we shot Kyler in the chest, but it was actually Trevor's body that was the corpse, so you'll notice that inconsistency if you pay close enough attention, and that's simply because Kyler didn't want to have ketchup on his chest.
Milwaukee, it is our 43rd day into battle, and we just got back to base and cleaned, and so that's why we're not covered in muck, just in case you guys were wondering that. Holy shit. Gallagher, look at this fucker. Damn, right in the chest. Good shot, man.
And now for a look at the earliest video still on my channel, which is my super cool modded Xbox. It was my 3rd video overall. The first video I deleted and is unrecoverable, unfortunately. I wish I hadn't done that, but I did. And then my 2nd video is privated because people involved requested that I don't keep it public, so it's not public. So let's take a look at the earliest video still on the channel, which is my super cool modded Xbox. It was a god-awful video, but let's take a look. That's a good one. Here, Brado. I know this has nothing to do with gaming, but, I got this from Disney World. This pretty cool mug. It's Jack Skellington. Alright, hook it all up, and such, and sit to the correct channel, and... Whoa, don't knock over the computer!
I don't want to knock over my computer.
Dashboard.
Hold on, and you get there. Oh, this one never ends.
Oh, yes it does.
This is the ending one.
No, this isn't a modded one that's busted.
They're not busted. They just are built never to end. Billy. is what they call you.
Well, my name ain't Billy, though.
When you grab your sword, they're all, kill me with this sword, Billy.
And as you can tell, that's clearly Kyle. Anyways. Everyone loves The Legend of Zelda, as far as I know, if you're a Nintendo fan. And now we have one of my worst videos that still exists, which is simply titled One of My Worst Videos, but the original title was Jet Set Radio Future Xbox Glitch Video. And, you can't see the screen. I'm holding the camera up to the screen, but, it's at the bad angle, so you just see the top of the TV, which was a SpongeBob TV, that we no longer have because it stopped working, so we took it up and we shot it with a shotgun, so it's gone. But back in the day, it was my TV, and I do miss it. But yeah, it's a shitty video, but I do like the scene where I did yell at Kyler and Jacob and tell them, shut up or I'll hurt you both. So let's take a look. Shut up or I'm gonna hurt you both! Now we'll look at some more of my bad early gaming videos where I held the camera up to the TV. So just here's a compilation of some of that some more.
First off, we're going to talk about how 9/11 was utter bullshit.
Completely. Let me just give you a few facts, just to prove you disbelievers of the conspiracy. I don't know how many people have seen this, but that old Proactive body wash commercial, they don't show it anymore, but it showed boobs on TV. And there's been these Adult Swim commercials recently that say, Adult Swim Freemasons, secret partners for 162,000 years, and... So, before we get to Gen 2, there was a 3-year gap on the channel from between me uploading in Gen 1 and Gen 2. So in 2012, I stopped uploading until 2015. And the reason for that, as I've explained before, is because I broke a computer we were recording on, because some other members of Team Red Eye were trying to watch Two Girls, One Cup, and I was playing the morality police. So I slammed the computer shut and broke it, and that was our webcam, and that's how we recorded. So then there was 3 years without any uploads, and eventually I got back to a Gen 2, but just because there wasn't anything on the channel for 3 years doesn't mean I wasn't on YouTube. No, no, no. In fact, I appeared on a friend's channel, Gaming Retextured, in his Xbox Live trolling series. Let's take a look.
How's it going, Fire Pimp?
I don't know who you are.
You sure? Come on, it's been a while, I'll admit, and I did change my gamer tag.
Still don't know you.
I changed my gamer tag. It used to be like XX FAKAE and AME, like Fakename, but it was spelled FAKE. Well, that's beside the point. I know you, so that's what matters. I just wanted to check how you're doing.
I still don't know you.
That's beside the point. How are you doing? It's a simple enough question.
Still don't know you.
There is no need to be a little bitch about it. Just answer the damn question. How are you?
Know you.
Just tell him how you are.
I don't give a fuck if you know me or not. How are you?
Oh!
Oh, yeah? Well, I just jumped on. You want to get into something?
Are we talking, like, online sex, or what?
Nah, not really. I'm not into online, you know. No. Don't take my dream away from me.
People should know what they're doing when they make their gamer tags.
Why? Then that's no fun of doing it.
Because if you don't do it right, it's not American of you. It's not the American way.
And where are you from?
I'm actually from Texas.
Yes,
Now,
I am in
Is
Texas.
everyone in Texas a racist, or just everyone you know?
No.
Everyone in Texas is a racist because it's the American way.
Yeah, we just don't like other people. We're not racist.
So you're a xenophobe.
They're only racist against anyone who's not the same exact color, language speaking, and height as we are.
Either.
We also don't like people who aren't overweight, so if you're too skinny, get the fuck out.
Oh, man.
Because eating McDonald's is very, very, very American.
my name is Homo no Fuck You, and today Fugativeredeyes has asked me to introduce you to part 2, while I'm not fighting the forces of the Pedro Fiend, also known as the Taco Djinn. So, while I move on to Gen 2, we're going to first show Fugativeredeyes' intro to Gen 2. Movies you probably never fucking heard of. Now Eat, the movie. This was a series that brought back the channel when he rebooted it, and because of that, the channel exists to this day. Originally, it was intended that Dozer Mac and Snowman would be regulars in every video on the channel, but due to the fact that everyone else has a life, that didn't happen, and this became solely Fugativeredeyes' channel. So now let us take a look at movies you've probably never fucking heard of. A couple other clips of Gen 2, such as cult films, The Blair Witch Project. Watching Fugativeredeyes, your home for shitty webcam videos. God knows why you're watching it, but hey, you know, this is my new series. This is the first episode of this segment known as Movies You've Probably Never Fucking Heard of. With me, as always, is my esteemed colleague Dozer Mac and Snowman. Today we will be talking about the cult classic, by cult classic I mean trash that nobody's seen, Brother Lynch Hung's Now Eat, the movie. Films Episode 1, The Blair Witch Project. Alright, as we walk down this trail, in true Blair Witch Project style, Snowman, Dozer Mac, and myself.
Do we have to walk?
Yes.
Really?
Hey, there's a flashlight on this. I don't need to hold this right now. You can hold this, Snowman. Okay, so isn't this a fucking blast from the past? So, a lot of early Gen 2 was recorded using Upload Studio. So, I'm recording this intro segment, this clip to go between the clips, using Upload Studio. Upload Studio is a fucking nightmare to use, because what it is it's the built-in editing software on the Xbox One, which is what we have here. This is a terrible app to use, and there's a good chance it'll crash and start having a bunch of problems as I'm editing it, and as I'm trying to upload it. I have no control over the game volume or the voice volume, it just kinda happens as it happens. So a lot of my older videos were recorded this way in like 2015, and a little bit of 2016 possibly, but not really a whole lot after that. So this used to be the norm of how I made videos, and it used to always be unrelated gameplay footage, because I didn't have a capture card at the time, and I didn't know how to do a lot of stuff. I didn't have editing software, so I would literally just sit, record, and then upload the clip as it is like this. It's really awful. I don't know why I used to, you know, it was not ideal, and I had no way to edit things down, really. So yeah, this is how things used to be done. So let's take a little bit of a look at Gen 2 overall.
Have you ever watched the sun go down and you're thinking about the world spinning round? Have you ever been high as fuck? You're in the bathroom mirror talking to yourself and your dog's looking at you like you need help. Have you ever been high as fuck?
Now there was actually one thing to come out of the Upload Studio era of Gen 2 that actually was a pretty good thing, and that was Captain Shame. So we're going to take a look at some of Captain Shame. Now Captain Shame was good in that it actually later spawned Sergeant Friends, but we'll get more into Sergeant Friends during Gen 3. But yeah, here's some of Captain Shame as a little sampler, so to give you an idea of the good stuff that came from the Upload Studio era, at least in my opinion. It's still kind of hard to follow and shittily made, but yeah.
Where is the mic on this thing? What? Oh, you just talk. Right, okay. Hey, this is the announcer, and this is Captain Sham. Oh, but, no. Oh, okay, apparently it's Captain Shame. I apologize for that. But, here we go. This is Black Ops 3 Beta Team Deathmatch. And this is, yeah, Captain Shame.
Will you shut the fuck up?
You know what? I'm the fucking announcer. Don't tell me what the fuck to do.
Shut up!
Alright. Are you gonna
Let
fucking
me play, you fuck.
Are you gonna start playing? Or...
I am playing. It has to load.
What's going on here? What is that? Was that a...
I'm just making sure I have all the right stuff in my classes, you fuck.
Alright, you know what? Okay, here we go. Combined Team
Shut
Deathmatch. You know what? I have to talk for this video.
No, you
don't understand the fact.
Just shut up.
I'm the announcer. You're Captain Sham. I mean, Captain Shame.
Shame!
Captain Shame.
Team Deathmatch.
Shame.
I am not a sham.
Okay, I'm gonna just not pick a class.
My name is Mean Green Supreme, and I'm here to introduce you to Red-Eye Gen 3. So, with Fugitive Red-Eye Gen 3, he started to edit videos in Movie Maker, and that's really what was the turning point for Gen 3. With Gen 3, Fugitive Red-Eye really upped his style into what it is today. Editing with Movie Maker, and actually having relevant pictures, clips, etc. So we'll take a look at early Gen 3 to begin with, a few different reviews and such. So instead I will be using screenshots for this video. So first off, what I'm actually going to be talking about today, in case you couldn't infer from the title, will be Blackadder. More specifically, the first series, The Blackadder. They seem just like a satire created just for the sake of bashing religion. And while I can definitely see why people would come to that conclusion based on stuff like this...
Hi, Mom! How was school today? Great! I got to turn the other cheek. Sounds fun. You bet! You've got to turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek.
You are watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and today I thought I'd do a review of the series Wilfred. I will be talking about both versions of Wilfred, the Australian version and the US version, in depth. So, another important thing that happened in Gen 3 was I added 3 new crew members. Well, I mean a couple more than that, but 3 main new members of Team Red-Eye. Corbin, Anthony, and Chutters. 3 great guys who I've done a few different collabs with now, both on my channel, Chutters' channel, and Corbin's channel. Anthony has yet to upload to his channel, but one day. Yeah, so... we're going to take a look at a little bit of that collaboration stuff that really got us kicking. Today's episode, I'm joined by our special guest, Rabid Waffles, and today we're going to be talking about gaming firsts. So I'll go ahead and start us off, but the first thing we're going to talk about is the first game we ever played. So first off, the first game I ever played was Wolfenstein 3D, and that was a game I played on a floppy disk on an old Windows DOS computer. It's, and obviously, when you're watching this, you'll be seeing gameplay of Wolfenstein 3D on the screen as I'm talking. You know, it's a great game, it's one of those classic shooters, it's very similar to things like Doom and Duke Nukem. But I played it all the time as a kid, and I only referred to it as the shooting game, because I didn't know what it was called. And I was only 5 years old when I first played it. But that was my first game. How about yours?
Well, my first game was also violent. The first game I remember ever playing was for the PS2. It was Resident Evil 2. I don't remember what its exact name was. I just remember it being the second Resident Evil game.
I think it is just called Resident Evil 2.
I remember there was a lot of explosions in the beginning, and I don't remember much about it, but I just went around killing zombies, and I only got past, not that far, not even to the middle of the game. I was just getting mauled to death by zombies. That's all I gotta say about Resident Evil 2, because that's all I really remember of it.
So just to let everybody know out there, is that my favorite holiday of all time is Halloween. And the reason why Halloween is my all-time favorite is because all the time, I never tell you about this, but I always have dreams about going, hanging out on Halloween. Always, all the time. It's out of every holiday that I've ever had dreams about.
The interesting thing is when I watch, the Devilman dub, the manga entertainment dub here, it's American voice actors, but they use a lot of UK terminology, they say, knickers, and, I can't remember all of them, but they use a lot of words that we don't really use here, which I'm familiar with, obviously, because I watch a lot of British stuff, but, it was interesting.
Yeah, I've sort of noticed that more kind of growing up, a lot of, have you seen Dominion Tank Police or New Dominion Tank Police?
Can't say that I have.
Because a lot of the voice actors and actresses in that did a lot of stuff from you'd find the same bunch doing say. You'd always find sort of now Funimation, you always hear the same voice actors doing similar stuff, and that sort of group. And a lot of the voice actors, from what I've sort of because I've sort of researching what they're doing later on, a lot of the voice actors were British. So I think that's kind of how you know, that obviously want to do American, you know, accent voices and stuff. But you know, like terminology or like slang or
Getting a little bit. So yeah, Rabid Waffles, back to you. What manga have you been reading? Okay, so yeah, now on to something that's actually not specific to a generation, but I'll throw it in here. I've done DVD collection videos since Gen 2, and have concurrently done it up until now, like it's still going. I've done DVD collection updates in Gens 2, 3, and 4. We're currently in Gen 4. Anyway, so this specific DVD collection video is actually from Gen 2, but I think it does a pretty good job representing really what I want to go for with this, so we're going to show this one anyway. You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to part 3 of my rare DVDs. But as you probably saw, this is MXC Season 1. Next up, we have the Nut Shack Season 1, uncensored and uncut. This also averages around 50, 60, sometimes more online. The thing that I think makes this a little bit rarer is the fact that you almost never see this on eBay or Amazon anymore. It's just gone. This one also averages between $50 to $100 online. This one I did splurge. I got it for like 40 bucks online. This is actually probably the rarest of this set. This is Yorotsuki Doji, the Perfect Collection, which if you don't know is the only way to get the uncut version outside of Japan. And the uncut version has a lot more content than the other versions. This one itself averages between 200 and 500 online. So with that being said, this actually, I was really happy because I bought this for like 30 or 40 like a year or two ago. And I recently checked online, and like I said, it averages between 200 and 500. Another thing that's not generation specific that I've done in 2, 3, and 4 is snack reviews and spicy snack stuff. So just snack reviews in general. I'm going to use my most recent one as an example here. Because I think it has some interesting things here, so we'll take a look at that and take a look at some segments from there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is going to be fucking terrible, isn't it? Okay. Not bad. It is really hard. That's awful. So although that didn't make my face numb like the Death Nut, it feels like there's like blisters in my mouth now. Greetings, my fellow Americans. It's your old pal, Sergeant Adam James Bastard III. And today I'm going to talk to you about the best part of Gen 3, because it's the American way. The best part of Gen 3 is Fugitive Red Eye started a show called Sergeant Friends, starring yours truly, your favorite American sergeant, Sergeant Adam James Bastard III, which was originally a spin-off of Captain Shame, but far superior to it. Let's take a look at a few highlights from Sergeant Friends, rated R. My child, tell me.
Well, my friend Sargento, he has a little problem. It's bubbly. Because it's giving me bubbles in my stomach. There, why?
Egads, my boy. Allow me to get a strip of bacon. Show me, immediately. This must be important. I'll get the extra system equipment quickly. The strip of bacon. 10 seconds later. Extra-cyst! The fuck is an extra-cyst? Are you here to help with my ghost? My god, a ghost? This is worse than I had imagined. Quickly, rub this pizza on your face. Like this? Is this gonna get rid of the ghost problem? Yes, yes, quicker, quicker, quickly now. This doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Just keep rubbing.
Rubbing? Pedro, are you coming on to me again, boy? We've had this talk. Do I need to hit you with the cane again? Trying to frame us!
Are you sure you didn't just kill an American?
Don't sass me, boy! We gotta get out of here before the police arrive!
Okay, then.
So that explains how our heroes got into this pickle. But while this was going on, a whole other adventure was going on simultaneously with our boyos, Gay and Quiet Rob. Trick or treat, my child!
Trick or treat!
Hold on a minute, boys. I'm an old lady. It takes me a minute to get to the door. All right,
Give us all your candy.
Indeed, you old bag. Give us all your candy.
Yeah, you old dirty hag.
All right, calm down, my children. You don't gotta be like that. You could just ask me for the candy, and I'd simply give it to you. You don't have to, pull a gun on me.
Shut up. Speak when spoken to, woman.
All right, fine. Here's your candy. Get out of here. Come on, my child.
You.
Come on, my child. Quickly, to the next house.
You should have just shot the old hag.
Now that's not fair, my child. She did give us the candy.
She probably only had a year left to live anyway.
You are right, my child, but we'll kill her next time.
Who'd have thought that Fu Manchu himself would come and attack our small little town?
Also, you guys stole $14,000 from me right before you left me for dead in the desert.
Masquando, buddy, those were just pranks. They were just a joke. Haha, just a social experiment.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was so funny. And just so you know, after all, I am the Mafia's #1 hitman.
You fucking what now, buddy?
Who are you?
I'm Gary Gatt, the Mafia's actual #1 hitman. Who is this fucking poser?
Wait, you're the Gary Gatt? I thought Gary Gatt was just a legend, a myth, a story that got passed on, a legend.
Alright, well listen, I'm getting the traditional Thanksgiving Pasta-Mania pasta ready. But there's one problem. I don't have any meat. Pedro, do you think you could get me some meat? We gotta get something to eat, even if you gotta go do it in the street.
So this one isn't necessarily generation specific either, but for a while now, I have been a big fan of Go Nagai, and done several videos on him. In fact, I've done over 100 videos on him and his work. My favorite being Devilman, but getting into Go Nagai, there was an embarrassing thing for the first couple years I was getting into his work. Take a look and see if you can figure out what's wrong with the way I used to do my Go Nagai videos. Created by Go Nagi. Based on a comic series by Go Nagi, it's written by Go Nagi, the obscure Go Nagi series, the same name by Go Nagi. Very lesser known Go Nagi, it's very Go Nagi obviously, so it's a Go Nagi series that, because this is Go Nagi, but anyway, this is an obscure Go Nagi thing that I recommend people check out if they're a fan of Go Nagi. One thing I do want to mention before we move on though, just to get it out of the way, it's a little embarrassing because I do consider myself a pretty big Go Nagai fan, but for the past 2 years since I first got into him, I've been pronouncing his name Go Nagi, which is completely incorrect. This was pointed out to me in the comments of my previous review, so I want to apologize, and from this point on I will be referring to him by his actual name, Go Nagai. Another thing I did during Gen 3, I think, I might have done it in late Gen 2, I can't remember for sure, but I think it was Gen 3, because I think it was after I started using Movie Maker, is I created a second channel called Team Red Eye, and on Team Red Eye I upload much lower quality content, meaning very shitposty, alternate take stuff, you know, bloopers, not a lot of substance, but here's just kind of a sampler of what that channel holds. Watch what happens when he tries to say she sells seashells by the seashore. I'm a faggot now. This is the end, friend. This is the end, friend. Alright, boys, now time to truly answer the question, is Fugitive Red Eye a stud? Let's find out. Hell yeah!
Well, Seymour, I made it despite your directions. Ah, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for a unforgettable luncheon.
Tetsuo Kaneda. 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 Tetsuo. 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 Kaneda. Tetsuo Kaneda. Kaneda.
SpongeBob.
So as you can see, not very high effort video on the second channel. The second channel is for shitposts, alternate takes, what have you. So there's a sampler of that. In addition to myself, other people on Team Red Eye have created channels during Gen 3, although it also could have been a little bit later on in Gen 2, such as Snowman. Braden actually created his first, prior to Snowman creating his. So let's take a look at a sampler of some of the stuff some of the other members of Team Red Eye have to offer. We'll start with Snowman.
You didn't know that? Yeah, but you have to eat them. And when you're running, you have to pick them up to continue your powers. Because I have powers. Yeah, see how that bar is dropping? It's a little weird.
So it's like in DK64 when you use like
Yeah, I mean, they did steal the DK rap, so. Here we go again. Yeah. And they're still playing Monopoly. Shut up! I'm fucking starting the goddamn video because we're gonna make a fat kid named Captain Schwam play video games. And he's gonna get super scared and probably piss himself.
Now, I know I said Braden came first in making a channel, but we showed Snowman first anyway, but now we'll show what Braden has to offer.
Hello. Ah! Oh, hi. High five.
Now we'll take a break from looking at other channels and take a little bit more of a look at some of the other stuff I've done throughout Gen 2 and 3 and Gen 4. I've done a lot of anime reviews, so here's just a quick look at what some of those could tend to look like. Which, as you can probably guess, since it is Toshio Maeda, it does have plenty of girls being maliced by tentacles. I will say that this one is probably the most lighthearted out of all the Toshio Maeda works I've seen thus far. However, despite that, I would say it is not only the most sexually explicit, but it is also the most graphically violent, at least from what I can tell. How I got into Go Nagai in the beginning. This OVA trilogy, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I discovered through someone doing a top 10 list. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but the original video no longer exists, because I can't find it anywhere. You get the same usual premise where Panther Claw is trying to get Honey's internal device, which has a really long name, and I'm not going to try to say it. I think it's like Airborne Element Fixing Device in the subtitles I read on this. However, it goes by other names in different translations, so it's, I'll just refer to it as the device. Anyway, Jotaro Kujo is built like a fucking tank. Like, for a 17-year-old, he is gigantic. I mean, he's not as big as, like, Jonathan or Joseph. I think progressively with each arc, the main character actually gets less and less muscular, but Jotaro is still fucking huge. I think you get the idea. Another thing I started in Gen 3 and continued into Gen 4 is response videos. Let's take a look at how some of those look.
We are big fans of South Park.
Except no, you're not, as this video will clearly show.
There is also a crack pipe.
Okay, well, technically there is a crack pipe sitting there. You overemphasize the bong, and you're making a lot of people in the comments think that you're stupid calling a bong a crack pipe.
There are various posters of David Hasselhoff hanging up in the office. In the Season 1 episode of the same name, Mr. Hat gets a nose job that...
Okay, now this is my favorite one. How the hell do you call Mr. Garrison Mr. Hat? So yeah, a lot of them follow that same or similar format with, you know, back and forth. Not all of them do, a couple of them are a little different, but it's very similar. You know, another big thing I did in Gen 3 that I want to get back to doing at some point, but I probably won't do that till we start Gen 5. Again, we're on Gen 4 currently. Gen 5 will be when things get more or less back to normal. But that said, we'll take a look at some of the streams, because the streams have been some of the funnest part of Gen 3. You want to see some really weird shit? I thought this was worth showing to you guys if I'm pulling up the right thing here. Yep, I am. Okay. This is some weird fucking shit. This is a Japanese exclusive thing called the Happy Disc. It's one of the weirdest fucking things I own. Same background though, or same background too. Well, oh yeah, this was 2001. I was gonna say the towers are still standing there, so yeah. This intro's riveting, isn't it? It's almost over. I love how Spectre's plot in this one is making the monkey's pants dirty. Alright, here we go, everybody. Gotta love that loading screen with the monkeys eating Big Macs. Yeah, what? That's a good point. Snowman should have his own TV show, huh? Oh shit, do I gotta start all over? God damn it. Oh wait, are there certain pants that I'm supposed to wash and not on this level? I forget. Anata no tame nare doko mademo tsukiteru yuku watashi setsunai omoi yutari no shite ame furu shinkai datte shinkai ichi. Holy shit. First fucking try, boys! Going back to the other members of Team Red Eye, Let's take a quick look at Jacob's channel, which he created during Gen 3.
No idea what's happening now. I gotta create my own story.
You were being transported. Go ahead.
All right.
Create your own story. What's happening,
Cool.
Colin?
I have no fucking clue. Apparently, I just got out of prison.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking fix some controls, dude.
Is it broken?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's pretty
There
broken,
is
isn't it?
no spot.
That's
disgusting, dude. You have no idea how offended I am right now.
Good, dude.
You forgot a fucking L in my name? I'm not some stupid fucking idiot that spells his name with one L.
Alright, now I already showed Chutters in a video, you know, with me, but I also appeared on his channel during Gen 3, so let's take a look at that. I only appeared in one of his videos so far, but here we go.
So, I called someone up.
Hey man, I found these Dragon Ball DVDs. They say Toonami on them. I mean, you're the authority on Dragon Ball, so what do you think? Should I buy them?
Now, Chutters, look here, look, listen. The Toonami dub is the best thing that's ever existed. The name changes they've made, changing names like Piccolo to Big Green.
Oh, so Piccolo dubbed them.
Changing Goku to Zero, and Krillin to Infinite Hands, all great stuff. The subtle changes and nuances are what make it worth watching compared to the original. In fact, a lot of the dialogue choices in general that they change are better. Like, for instance, when Goku's on Snake Way and says, "I'm hungry, isn't there anything to eat?" And then in the dub, he says, "I'm so hungry, ain't there a place a guy can get a burger around here?"
Makes sense.
Overall, it's just worth watching, and superior in every way to anything else. The newer dubs are too mainstream, and the Japanese has Goku voiced by an old woman. Enough said. All of the fact that there's only like one voice actor who does like all the old bastard voice, great stuff. Best thing ever. It has such impactful lines such as "Let that boy alone" and "Did he say?" And overall, it's just definitely worth watching, and I highly recommend it.
If you're sure. I mean, in the import section here, they have these things called Dragon Boxes. I mean, they look pretty cool.
Seriously, dude, buy them now. They're the only thing worth watching. Do it. Buy them. I just fucking love those animations he did. Like, they're simple and not that, like, complex, but they're still pretty cool. I like it. Now, Trevor actually had two different channels, one during Gen 2 and one during Gen 3. Or maybe they were both during Gen 3, but one was a lot earlier on. I think, no, the first one was definitely during Gen 2, if I remember. But what happened was there was some stuff where he got into an argument with someone he used to collaborate with, so he ultimately ended up deleting that channel to kind of get rid of the drama. So then he got on a new channel, and yeah. So let's take a look at his new channel, the one that is currently still up.
That's how you sweep them up, lots of them down.
No! I knocked one. There's one left. Ah! There's 2 out of 3 knocked over here.
Alright, that's enough of that. To be perfectly honest, Trevor's channel isn't exactly my cup of tea, because I don't care for modern gaming, especially Battle Royale shit and competitive multiplayer. Not really my thing. So, he has it if you guys are interested, so I thought I'd show it because he is part of the team, and yeah, there it is. Another great part from Gen 2 and Gen 3 was the scam baiting videos. I haven't done one of those in Gen 4. I should probably get on that. I haven't done one in a while. I did a bunch of it earlier on in Gen 3, but then later on I didn't do as much, and then I haven't done any in a while. But here's just a sampler of the scam baiting stuff, which I do plan to do more of in the future. I just haven't in a while.
Thank you for calling. My name is Neil. How may I help you?
Hi, Neil. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing fine, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, but I'm having some issues with my computer.
And what are those issues which you're facing with your computer?
Oh, well, it's running really slow, and it's not really letting me go to the websites I was liking it to.
Oh, I see that. And what websites you're trying to reach?
I don't see how that's relevant.
No, so sometimes it is.
Well, it's a little embarrassing, but I was trying to go on to some Shiza videos. You know, German feces porn.
Oh, I see that. No worries, sir. I will definitely help you, sir. Could you please help me with your first and the last name?
Yeah, my name is Mike, and my last name is Hunt.
Mike Hunt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what do you use this computer for?
Mostly porn. Usually the more hardcore, gross shit.
Oh, okay, I see that. And, how old is this computer?
It's about 18, because it has to be.
18.
Yeah, it's legal.
And you have been watching porn on this computer since 18 years, right?
That's right. We go way back.
Wow, wonderful. And you get that juicy and wet dreams every day?
Yes. And of course we have Corbin, who I showed him again a little bit earlier when I was showing some clips of a video he did for my channel. But let's go ahead and take a look at one that he did by himself. Let's take a look at some of Corbin's own work. So that's Corbin's intro, which he actually doesn't really use anymore because he got tired of everyone always just commenting about the intro, so he stopped doing it. Also, I think he just got tired of using intros. I mean, I've off and on used intros. Obviously, I do have one that I use from time to time now, but I haven't always had one, and I've gone back and forth, so I get it.
It's me, Rabbit Waffles, and today I'm doing the top 14 spookiest, creepiest, scariest enemies in video games. In my opinion. So don't get mad. I love you. Number 14 is Big Daddy from BioShock. He probably got his name from pimping, I don't know. He's a submarine-looking fellow with big armor, usually with a drill for a hand or a really big gun to blow you away with. And he's just trying to protect these girls called Little Sisters. And he's doing a pretty good job at it. They're giant, strong, powerful enemies. And anything that's ginormous and underwater will usually freak me out.
So you get the idea with that. He obviously did 13 others after that, but if you want to watch that, go watch it on his channel. Give him the views. I think that's enough covering the team from Team Red Eye. I think you get the idea. Obviously, I haven't really been talking to the team much during Gen 4, but let's get on to that. So, like all good things, Gen 3 did come to an end, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the final video of Gen 3, which is currently unlisted because it's no longer relevant, but let's take a look. So as you can see, that goodbye video was very, very different from all of my other videos because it was a sad me going away. I had a lot of shit going on in my personal life. Still dealing with the aftermath of some of that, to be perfectly honest. A lot of drama, you know, family stuff. You know, nothing that's really anything that would mean anything to you guys, because any of the people I would mention, you guys wouldn't know, and personally, there's parts of my life I keep private, as with anybody. But it was very hard on me. Like I said, I was very depressed for the end of last year and the beginning of this year. That video was uploaded in December of last year, and I did not return until February of this year. So there was, you know, a good 2.5 months or so where I just wasn't uploading. But we'll get to Gen 4 when I return in a minute. I actually want to read some of the very nice comments that I got on that video specifically. So for the usernames on these comments, I'm going to use the username if it's just a username. But if it's a first and last name, I'm only going to use the first name, just to be polite and not give out any information, even though these are public comments, just in case. So let's take a look at some of these comments I got. So Zeta Magnus, regular viewer, subscriber, I'm also subscribed to him. He says, hope everything goes well. Thanks for the content, and I hope you return soon. See you around, Space Cowboy. Great stuff. Then there's Chisu. Now, Chisu is another regular viewer. I do like his content as well. He runs the Go Nagai wiki. Chisu's great. He says, I understand you need a break. Things are going rough for me, too. And then he goes on a little bit as to that. And basically gives me some stuff to sympathize with. And he says, I'll wait for you forever. So, great stuff. That was a quote from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then later on in replies, looks like things got better for him with the things he was talking about. So that's good. Then there's this one from Hanako101, which I think used to be called Dank Asian 101, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And they say, I actually feel kind of teary right now. Hope you have a great rest of your life, and thank you for making the videos no one else did. You're a great-ass person, and thanks for existing. Then, of course, there's Ethan, who's also a regular viewer, who, we've had our back and forths, for sure. I like Ethan, I do, but we have had our arguments, absolutely we have. Anyway, here's what Ethan had to say. Oh my, I hope you are doing okay. You're a good reviewer. I remember I first got introduced to you by looking up the complete Beavis and Butthead collection, and like your content ever since. You have to come back. It's just depressing not having sourceful and organized content like this channel. My deepest concerns go out to you, as I hope you are doing alright. I'm worried for you, man, even though we may disagree. Please tell me you're doing fine. I'm begging you. Yeah, I'm doing fine, Ethan. But yeah, that was Ethan. It was, very nice. Like I said, I appreciated all of these comments. They helped me a lot, too, in the beginning of this nonsense. Then we got Kaiju Danny. This is another regular viewer. I see. Well, I guess it's goodbye for the time being. Good luck and take care. One more thing. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you, buddy. So again, that was towards the... Again, that video was uploaded in, like, late December, almost Christmas time, so that was a very nice message, too. Then there's the President, who's another regular viewer. He says, listen, dude, take as much time off as you need. I hope everything's alright. Thanks for making awesome content, and I'll be waiting for your return. Then we got Caesar, who says, or it might be Cesar, so, because I've seen that pronounced both ways. Says, well, I found your child like a month ago, but good luck with life. Then there's Wowster, who says, again, that's another regular viewer, is Wowster. He says, your content and channel rule. I'm glad I got a chance to watch it. Keep on rocking. I hope all is good with you. Thank you. Then we, of course, got Matthew, who's another regular viewer. Says, it's fine. Many people have to move on and focus on other stuff. So he's very empathetic on that. Merry Christmas, by the way, he says. Then we got Chutters. Chutters is the boy. And he says, hope everything's alright. Take it easy, man. Then we got Mega Charizard X says, hope you're fine. Then we, of course, have Anthony saying, bye, Enslow, was a fun 9 years. Then we got Largo, who says, don't worry about us, take your time. But yeah, that's really it for the nice comments. There's a couple others. We got Potato Soup basically just saying he understands, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I took some time off there, and it was very sad to do so, but I did. But now let's take a look at the video for when I actually returned in February of this year. Well, boys, someone offered me an egg in this trying time, and I'm back, kind of. What I mean by kind of is, I am going to be posting stuff again, but I'm still not going to be active in the comments for the most part. I'm probably not going to be responding to any comments, and I'm certainly not going to be using any certain social media, because I still got some stuff I got to take care of that's going to be keeping me pretty busy for a while. But, I still need this outlet, and I got this egg. This time's going to become less trying. And I'm going to start by uploading the Takeshi Tuesdays episodes that I finished and never uploaded because I still have those. I'm going to upload them. And eventually I will completely return. But at least for now, I'm still going to be uploading videos. Not going to be super active as far as comments. Not going to be on social media, really, because I still got a lot of things I'm dealing with and working with. But here I am. Did you miss me, boys? I missed you. Anyway, so I'll upload those videos in the next few days, and then I'll get started on new ones. It's been Fugitive Red Eye, and you have a great day. So that was Le Epic Return. So, one of the things that I did when I left was I age-restricted the entire channel, because at the end of 2019 is when they implemented all the COPPA stuff, right? All the stuff about kids' content and all that shit, so I was like, I'm just not going to take the risk while I'm away, so age-restricted the whole channel, and I'm still working on fixing some of that. That video that I returned, though, was the first one that I had a beard, although it wasn't this bushy yet, because I've just kind of let this thing grow out more and more. I have trimmed it occasionally, but I'm not very good at trimming it, and in fact, one time when I trimmed it, I shaved it down, like, I fucked up the sides, so I had to shave it down to a goatee. But yeah, that was the turn, and that was the return, and that's when we started Gen 4, which we're currently on. Gen 4 is kind of a weird one. I haven't been active in the comments, really. There's been 1 or 2 times that I've come out into the comments, but that's been very rare. And it hasn't been for, like, specific people. Like, I haven't even talked to any of my regulars in the comments for the most part. There's only been a couple of times I've responded to comments since coming back. There's been, like, 3 times. And one of them was that fucking Devilman Crybaby drama with, the whole Rio thing. But yeah, Gen 4 is a weird time. I've been very antisocial with it. I've been back, I've been uploading, and I've had a hell of a lot of fun still uploading, but I haven't really been in the comments, I haven't been on social media, really. I haven't done any of that. But I've been happy to be back, even if it's only half back. I will, of course, be returning to normalcy with Gen 5, whenever the fuck that'll be. Yeah, I haven't been live streaming. It's been a weird time. For sure it has, and I've focused a lot on Red Eye Raw, because I can just hit record and then upload it without doing any editing. So Red Eye Raw really, really took over a lot of this generation. I've still done other stuff, I've still done edited videos, as you've seen with all the shit I've been uploading as well. But, Gen 4 has been a weird one, and Gen 5 is what I'm really looking forward to. But that said, those are the generations of the channel, and it's been 10 goddamn years. But to end off with, I'm going to read all of my channel descriptions, because my channel descriptions have changed over time. So, let's go ahead and I'll read those. So, I still have archived all of my channel descriptions, with the exception of the first one. I didn't think to archive the first one when I typed up the new one when I rebooted the channel in 2015, but I did archive the one from 2015 and every subsequent one from then on. We'll go ahead and we'll jump into the first available one. Okay, so starting with the first available one that I've archived, it starts out, "Welcome, my dear viewer. You have stumbled upon a little-known YouTube channel known only as Fugativeredeyes. Fugativeredeyes is a channel that has no budget, no proper editing software, not even a real video camera. What we do have instead is a webcam and a whole lot of ideas. We are known to do whatever we feel like, coming up with completely random content. We mostly do DVD reviews, but our older videos have a lot of skits. Most of our videos are unscripted and made up on the spot, so join Fugativeredeyes, Dozer Mac, Snowman, the Anonymous Hipster, and the whole rest of the crew, even Ned, for an action-packed, not really, good time, as we talk about movies, burn stuff, eat candy, drink rocket piss, and do all sorts of random stuff." So yeah, like I said, Dozer Mac and Snowman were originally supposed to be in every video, and I still like to have them in videos from time to time whenever they're available. But with all of us being adults with jobs and different schedules, that's a lot more difficult than it used to be. The Anonymous Hipster was an alter ego of myself, obviously, and it only ever actually made it into one video. Ned was part of the channel lore. He was our captive cameraman being held against his will. But yeah, that was the 2015 description. I don't remember exactly when all of these were, so forgive me on that, but... So on to the next one. "Welcome to Fugativeredeyes, a little-known channel where living in the past is the only way to live. Here you will find reviews for some really obscure movies, with movies you probably never fucking heard of. You'll see the absurdity that is Captain Shame. Go back to a better time with flashbacks, and watch us eat gross stuff with our random snack reviews. Won't you come join us for an epic adventure to... do stuff?" So on to the third one that's available. "Hello, I'm Fugativeredeyes, and this is my channel. I like to do a wide variety of videos, movie reviews, snack reviews, rants, gameplay, and the occasional sketch. I have a habit of making several different video series. Another thing I do on this channel is make videos about my thoughts, or I'll simply talk about something nostalgic. I make videos whenever I feel like it, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, but I always try to broaden my spectrum. Of course, I am always open to suggestions. If this sounds like the sort of thing that interests you, go ahead and click subscribe." Alright, on to the next one. "This is Fugativeredeyes, a channel with no particular direction. If you want to know what kind of channel it is, there is no definitive answer. Mainly I talk about movies or show my DVD collection. I also make snack reviews where we try bizarre snacks. Another thing I do is just talk about whatever is on my mind. Plus I do put up the occasional rant or skit. My channel is a channel focused on entertainment. The videos I make are a hobby, a way to express myself, and a way to spread information. To an extent, I am open to requests as long as it is within reason, and it is something that I would want to do. Other than that, it's just me and my friends making videos for fun." Okay, on to the next one. I like to do a good variety of videos: movie, TV, and video game reviews / discussions, snack reviews, scam baiting, DVD collection, and many more. I also occasionally do playthroughs, and from time to time I will do a skit. Basically, I make videos on whatever topic I feel like because I enjoy it. I do, however, try to keep a consistent tone and atmosphere on the channel to keep everyone interested. I don't have a particular schedule, but I try to do a few videos a week. One thing that is consistent is I will post new scam baiting videos every Tuesday. Obviously, that is no longer true. But yeah, on to the next one. Welcome to Fugitive Red Eye, a dreadful place, where you'll find many types of videos of varying length and quality. I started this channel 7 years ago, and it's changed drastically over time. I make videos because I enjoy doing it, no more, no less. Hopefully you all enjoy watching as well. I've learned many things in my years on YouTube. The most important thing is that when you're down, all you really need is a sturdy-looking metal bar. Alright, on to the next one. Fugitive Red Eye is a channel where I like to talk about my interests. I do reviews on anime, TV shows, and occasionally video games. I especially like to talk about Go Nagai and his works. I also do playthroughs, sometimes as live streams, sometimes as videos. I do skits from time to time as well. Basically, I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm always expanding what I do. Okay, next one. This is Fugitive Red Eye, a channel where I review stuff, talk about things, and overall have a good time. This channel is home to Sergeant Friends, my comedy series, anime, TV show, and movie reviews, gaming streams, snack reviews, and more. Basically, it's just a channel where I do things that interest me. No set theme or genre, but I do tend to get caught up in doing similar things. If you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and check out my content. If not, that's cool too. Alright, now we're on to the one that was at the end of Gen 3, after I left. Won't be hearing from me for a while. I'm sorry to abandon this channel right now, but I've got a lot going on. I might return one day, but I can't say when. Yeah, now we're on the current one. Welcome to Fugitive Red Eye, a place where I review movies, make dumb jokes, play games, and do whatever I feel like at that moment in time. There is no theme or specific genre that I'm tethered to. But if you pay attention, you can see what kind of things I'm interested in, and what sorts of patterns I get into with making videos. Yeah, so that's how the channel description has evolved throughout the years. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't think to archive the Gen 1 description. Yeah, there's that. So that does it for my 10-year YouTube anniversary special. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I hope you've enjoyed the special. A lot of work went into this. Recorded multiple segments, edited them together, etc., etc. Hopefully the clip show itself was fun enough. And hopefully you enjoyed. And all the newly recorded segments were fun too. But yeah, 10 years. Hopefully I get 10 more, but we'll have to see how YouTube goes. God knows how long it'll be up. And God knows how long I'll be up. So, as long as I'm here, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy. Well, now you know the full story. Now if you'll excuse me and my little droogies need to go out for a little bit of the good old ultra-violence. A little bit of the old in-out, perhaps. I'll see you later. I'm singing in the rain.
That sucked. I'm sure glad that's over with.
Suck it, you shit.